Hi everyone, how y'all doing? All partied out, all just kapoop? Kapoop. That's not even a word. Kapoop. What's the word? Kerpunk? What's the word? Pooped out. No, kapoop. Ka. What? It's kaput. Ugh. Man, you think I'd been partying or something. No, I have not. We just had well, you saw if you watched the video, I put together the broken tree. The lights lit. Yes, thank you, God. There is a God. When you think God isn't there, He really is. Because let me tell you, I didn't think those lights were gonna work. So it was hallelujah. Okay, that was a very bad rendition of that. But anyhow, so I have a little topic I want to talk about. No, it's not going to be about him, but I'm sure he jetted off somewhere. I'm sure he did. We know because he's got all this money and whatever. But anyhow. Now, if any of you did what I'm talking about, I'm not judging anyone. This is just my opinion. We all have a right to our own opinion. This is my disclaimer or whatever. I don't know. Anyhow, I decided I'm going to speak my mind because you know what? I've been taken advantage of my whole entire life and I'm tired of it. So you know what? I'm going to stop worrying about what I say and I'm going to say what I mean, what I want to say. I usually speak from my heart. But now I'm going to speak from my brain, from my common sense. You know what I mean? Don't ask me why I'm talking this way. Who knows? Anyhow, so this big storm we had, and all over, even down south, they had cold weather. This was already forecast, and I saw it on the world news. So people knew. I know people don't watch the news, but other people watch, and people were talking, and a lot of people still watch the weather. Like I said, Polly likes to watch the news. Wish he wouldn't, but he does. And I always tell him to turn it up so I could hear the weather because, why do I want to know? I don't know. It's not like we can go anywhere, but, So everyone knew ahead of time about the bad weather, where it was everywhere, not just upstate and western New York where we are. It's, everyone's getting slammed. Like New York City, they're flooding. How are they flooding? And we got slippery roads. We had some snow, nothing to write home about. I mean, you couldn't see the lawn. My car, the outside of the car has been frozen for now. This is going on the second week. One day we did have a little sun. That's the day we said a few prayers, risk going up to get my medicine, and that was the day that we stopped at the grocery store, because if ever we're getting medicine, we might stop at the grocery store because it's literally half price that I'm paying Instacart. So any chance to get something cheaper, we go. But it was drenched. Oh my gosh. Polly, I gave him my coat because he didn't have a coat. I got soaked like a rat. Why do they say rats get soaked? I don't know, maybe they go in sewers. But anyhow, I was soaked. It was awful. And they didn't forecast nothing about the rain. So usually in the winter, they're pretty good at getting the forecast right. But anyhow, everybody knew. All over the news, our regular news, local news, world news, everywhere. Oh, people are stuck. People, they drove early to get to, say, our airport. I don't even know what it's called. They renamed our airport. I didn't even know that. I don't watch the news. Anyhow, so they got there figuring they'd beat the rush. Well, I'm sure other people thought that way. So they drove. I think I said this, but I don't know. I've been doing videos and I don't put them up because, I'm talking about him, and we got to be careful what we say because, if we piss him off, then we get punished even more. Anyhow, I wasn't going to talk about him. I did. Anyhow, so they got there early, and then they needed to make their connection from here to wherever they were going. Well, they didn't, and basically, so they're stuck a week here. And the people are getting hotels. There's just so many hotels, so people are, I don't know where they are. But then poor Buffalo, which is 45 minutes, don't ask me what direction. I'm not good at directions. Like in Toronto, like I said, I came from Toronto. I'm from Toronto. I came from, Toronto gave birth to me. I'm from Canada. So we would always go there, after I moved back here. And people say you go north for a mile and then you turn east for this, and they talk that way, north, south, east, west, you know. Did you ever learn in school? I heard someone say this. We didn't learn in Catholic school, but someone said the way they learn, you know how you do mnemonics, I don't know the word, when you like remember things by saying things. So someone was saying, a YouTuber was saying, never eat shredded wheat. And I'm like, what are they talking about? Like I was doing something and I was kind of listening to it. And so that's north, east, south, west. They didn't give us in Catholic school around here, you had to work it out. You had to figure it out. In high school, yeah, they gave us some like those kind of clues, like north, east, south, west, never eat shredded wheat. But in the grammar schools, oh heck no, you had to be smart to keep up. Oh, there's my thumb again. Anyhow, I'm not talking about that. Where did I go off to there? The airport. So everyone's witching and complaining, if you know what I mean. Complaining, and then there's baggages lost and this and that. Let me tell you, I know when we came back from Christmas with my first husband, we went out to Arizona, and then we came back for Christmas, and then I found out when we got back to Arizona, we were the only flight that they let out, and they were de-icing the plane, and they lost my suitcase, let me tell you, because we had just moved out there, I want to say September, October, and then we came back for Christmas, so I pretty much took everything I owned. So everything I owned was in that suitcase. Luckily back then, I don't know if they even had computers. I don't know. Maybe they did. Who knows? I didn't own a computer or anything fancy schmancy. I was not bougie. But anyhow, I had nothing. I literally came home with the clothes on my back. So, and then when we came back, because we lived in Arizona, they have to spray. So they said they were going to spray while we were gone, which was good because I was pregnant. And I can't be in there when they spray. Well, they didn't spray. There were all kinds of little scorpion, little kind of disgusting bugs. I got in there and I jumped on the bed. In that apartment we had at that time, was that our first apartment or a second? It was our first. You walk in and there's a little like table, almost like in a hotel. There was a little table and 2 chairs. Then there was a bed, smack dab right in your living room, a bed. Not a Murphy bed. Murphy are the ones that go on the wall, I think. Maybe they're not called Murphy. So there's the bed. And then there was a little kitchen, no oven, just a microwave. And we had a fridge. I think it was a normal size fridge. Don't remember. I truly don't remember. And then we had a huge bathroom. And in the bathroom, it had, I almost think it had a Jack and Jill sink. And it had a huge closet. And then it had the toilet and the bathtub shower in the other room. They had a door. Like nowadays, you see they have a door just for the toilet. How are we talking about real estate when I was talking about the airport? Anyhow, back to the subject at hand. So people are all mad and upset. You know, I don't feel sorry for them. And then they're saying that, you know that old guy in the White House that's always sleeping and put us in this big mess here? Well, he's saying that the airports are going to pay for this. People are going to get compensated with a lot of money. He likes to give away other people's money, doesn't he? Where's the fun for single moms that, you know, had an arrangement with the you-know-who as how he was going to support us, and then he decides to go, he was living a double life with his whore, he decides he's not going to visit his kid, walks out on his kid. Where's that fun, hey, old man? Where's the fun for that? You don't compensate people who are living the bougie life. Yes, they might have seen their family, but I'm sorry. And you can disagree with me because you have your own opinion. If you know there's a storm, you don't go. Yes, maybe the airport should have closed, but I don't think it's so easy. The old guy in that White House, he would have to mandate, or whatever the words they use these days, airports should be closed. Everything comes from his mouth. You know, but he's sleeping most of the time anyhow. But anyhow, I don't think it's so easy that the airport just shuts down. I mean, they did shut down, but it's like, I don't know how airports work because I don't like to fly, but I don't think they can just like shut it down. They have to have a reasonable, like, so many flights are canceled. But anyhow, they shouldn't have to reimburse anyone. Maybe if they lost their luggage, yeah, I can understand that. But people shouldn't have been there. They shouldn't have been there. If you look at, if you get, I think it's called the World News. They're always talking about Buffalo. I saw cars and cars, people, the stories we hear. Maybe we get more of it because we're just 45 minutes from there. But they found, I forgot, Polly was telling me because he watches it. They found a guy, he was snow blowing. It's called snow blowing. That's what they call it, snow blowing, when you do your own. It's snow plowing when someone does it. So anyhow, he was snow blowing his driveway. I don't know, maybe he was shoveling. I stand corrected. I don't know if he was shoveling or whatever. I don't know if he was old. He sounded like he was older. Anyhow, he didn't feel good. He went inside. He started sweating right there to me. You're snow blowing or shoveling. I got a feeling he was shoveling. You don't feel very good. You go inside. You're sweating right away. To me, that says MI, myocardial infarction. I didn't say it right. Heart attack, layman's terms. So, he went into the bathroom. I don't know. He thought maybe he had to go to the bathroom. I don't know. And he passed out in the bathroom. Worst place to go when you don't feel good is in the bathroom because you could crash your head open. Many other things. So the wife got him out of the bathroom, helped him. So then the neighbor came. I guess she was a nurse. But they said she couldn't help him. So I don't understand. I said to Polly, they said she didn't have what she needed. And I'm like, was she armless? She had no arms, so she had no hands to do CPR. And then I thought, there's those kits. And this was years ago. They made the kits. Because I had to learn CPR when I was going to school to be a nurse. And then when I went to school to be a massage therapist, we had to learn it too. So you could buy these kits. It's called a barrier between you and the person, like when you're doing the thumping on their chest, the chest compressions, the official name, and then you're doing the breath of life, So obviously, nowadays with COVID, which is sad, so I don't know. I would think if it was me, as sad as I hate to say it, I'd probably think I have a son and I wouldn't want to risk getting COVID. This probably was the thing. She didn't want to risk getting, I said the word. That's the name of a cookie. It's a sea cookie. Anyhow, she didn't want to risk getting sick. There's influenza, there's RSV, there's everything. So anyhow, she could have still done chest compressions without breathing. I mean, if you got someone there and nobody can get to you, I would be doing chest compressions. I'd be doing whatever humanly possible. And I can see that. I understand she doesn't want to catch something, so, but she couldn't do nothing. So the ambulance or the medical people, whatever, well, they don't need medical people. He died. They can't get to him for, I think Polly said 5 days. 5 days. I don't know if the woman, I asked about the wife, and he said they didn't tell more of the story. Is the wife going to sit there with her dead husband in the house? And on the flip side of that, you got people complaining, oh, I didn't get to go see my family. Oh, we couldn't have dinner and exchange gifts and all that. Yes, this pisses me off. There are people dying. And Polly tells me every day the count goes up. They're going to find people. They can't even shovel out. I think they have 101 inches of snow they got. We don't sometimes even get that much in a year. I think last year we didn't get that much. It was lower. So we're probably going to get slammed this year. But think of it, 101 inches. That's unreal. So they've called people from our area to go, the ambulance, they've got the National Guard, they got first responders from here. I'm wondering who's going to help here if something happens. But anyhow, it was bad because we had a plow come down our street and they never come down because it was a sheet of ice. We had ice everywhere. I think that's why we can't get no Instacart, because I think they can't get anywhere because of the ice. But now it's okay, but I still haven't been able to get them, so I don't know what's going on. But anyhow, days later, they're still going to find dead people in the snow, dead in their car, and then people are complaining. I think they should all be put in a room and sitting there watching these sad stories of people that were just wanting to have a little Christmas like Polly and I that we didn't have because you couldn't get Instacart to order. I was very nervous because I always want to have, can't have ice cream now because our freezer broke a while ago, I mentioned to you, and I also mentioned it to his father, but he just ignored it. So I can't have my mint ice cream for emergency if I get my stress nausea, which I've had nonstop in the toilet thing. So but I like to have that and crackers and ginger ale, and usually, you know, it used to be chicken soup, but soup costs so much, so just like bouillon cubes and bottled water, you know. But we're running low. We had some running low. I don't like to run low on those things. Couldn't get anything, so pretty scary thing, plus the winds and all. But anyhow, these people, they keep showing, complaining. Oh, I was gonna go to what's that fancy, Aruba or Bora Bora, or I don't know, places I never heard of. But anyhow, don't complain. Don't complain. You're lucky you're alive. They're in the airport stuck in Buffalo. I think there's an airport in Buffalo. And all around them, they got dead bodies in the car. Are you kidding? They're watching the news because I know in airports they have TVs. I do remember that, so they must still have them. But that reminds me of when I went with my first husband. We went because we never had a honeymoon, so we went to the Poconos a year after. But we went to the what's it called in New Jersey? I don't know if there's a name. Whatever. Where the casinos are, and all around it were bums on the street laying, poor people all on the ground. It was terrible. So it's basically that. It reminds me of that trip. And actually, I got sick. I think I told the story. I got such a bad migraine. I was puking on the bus. I was so sick. Oh my God. The one time I get to go to see casinos and walk on the boardwalk, I was so sick from my migraine. But anyhow, it reminds me of that. They're all complaining, these bougie people that have money. Remember, nobody has money. Nobody has money. Everything costs money. Price of food has doubled here. Eggs. I cannot believe how much eggs cost, and I can eat a soft-boiled egg, and Polly loves egg salad. I cannot believe eggs for a dozen of eggs are like $5-6. One dozen. We're not talking cage-free chickens. You wipe their butts. Range on the home. I don't even know the bougie words. Just plain dirty, nasty eggs. Not brown, white eggs. Just run-of-the-mill, unreal. But anyhow, how to get onto eggs? I don't know. I'm just so mad at these people. They keep showing. Stop showing. We got the message. You're mad. You didn't get to go and spend time with your family. I'm sure you could go on your computer and FaceTime them or whatever you call it. I can't. I just can't. You know, I hear it. Oh, there's my ring finger. Anyhow, I can't with these people. Everywhere. On the world, I think it's called the World News. You can look it up on YouTube. But look it's just devastating to watch. I know a couple people, I've messaged them to see if they're okay. And lucky they are, because other storms they were like the snow. You couldn't get out your door. Like I said, we had storms like that where you can't even open your front door. But a lot of people lost power. But people were in their car and sitting with the car on, and they died from carbon monoxide poisoning because you're not supposed to sit in the car. That's why, you know, if you're able to, if it's real cold or if you lost power and you can drive around your car. I don't even know how long. Well, I guess you can because you take trips in a car. As long as you're driving and the windows are cracked. But you should never, especially in a parked car, well, they're not parked, they got stuck in the snow, and the snow's up to your, you know, windows, it's gonna close the, you know, the round thing that comes out of the back of your exhaust, that's the word. You're gonna die. People died from that. Did they not know? Did they not think? I guess maybe when you're in that kind of situation, maybe your brain shuts off. I don't know. I mean, I know this now. If I was in that situation, would I remember? I think I would, because I'm a professional worrier, but either way, the thought of what they're going to find and who they're going to find and how they're going to find them, and oh my gosh, it's awful. I just can't with these people complaining. Oh yeah, you got enough money to go on a vacation. Well, you know what? Maybe they'll think, well, they won't, but in a good world, where this just shows you how many bad people, in a good world, once they get home, they should be thankful they're alive, and maybe they'll donate to, like, Give Kids the World. It's a beautiful organization that gives kids with life-threatening illnesses a wish, or no, Give Kids the World is a place you stay if you go to Disney. Make a Wish, wonderful. If you got money to donate, Make a Wish or Give Kids the World. It's where we stayed on my son who had cancer on his wish trip. It was unbelievably beautiful. But maybe they'll donate money to the Battered Women's Center or Elder Care or something. They're not gonna. I bet you not a single one of them. But wouldn't that be a nice story? But they're not gonna. They're just gonna be worried about when they're gonna get to, I bet you I don't know, the thruway's been closed from here to all the way to the borders, not the border, just Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has a lot of mountains, so, and it's been closed this whole time. And they already were closing it before, when they were warning people. The people still tried to go out. So I don't know if there's people stuck on the thruway. Did I say the thruway or highway? It's a thruway. So it's been closed from where I live down to, well, not exactly where I live, but in the area where we are, in our county, I should say, from that area down to the Pennsylvania state line. That's the word I'm looking for. So people already knew this. So who knows? I mean, can they get on there? I don't know. I don't know how much snow they got on there. They didn't really talk about the thruway. Well, maybe it isn't. I don't know. But if there's people there, I don't think they're breathing. But it's a pretty sad situation. I hope none of you were stuck there anywhere, I know everyone's suffering. I even heard down south, I'm sure they're witching, with a capital B, the worst, about, 40 degrees. But, I understand. Yeah, I get it. They're not used to it. They don't have it, whatever. But they're usually bougie people there, and, they got a good life, and they got sweaters and blankets anyhow. I've seen a lot of YouTubers I watch who live down south, and they have blankets, and they say they cuddle up. Where they keep their air on and just cuddle up and pretend it's winter. I don't know. If you do that, I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to make a funny story. I don't know. I'm just so upset about these people witching and complaining when there are people that have lost their lives. It makes me sick. It really does. And then this one prepper guy, he's like, oh, it's so terrible. These people, nobody listened. We tried telling you. The prepper community tried telling you. We were telling you, at any cost, get a generator. Oh, I wanted to write something on his channel so bad. How can you get a generator? Do you know what generators cost? If you live somewhere, down south, you can put a generator, portable generator outside. Here you can't. You can't leave it outside because there's snow. But the generators that we could have, you'd have to hook to your furnace. You know what they cost? I don't know. I don't even know. Probably $20,000. At all costs, get a generator. Yeah, I've been telling my second idiot there since day one we should get a generator, because he told me he was a union painter, but we all know that wasn't true. But anyhow, every year I said I want a generator. I would feel safer. I've tried. I mean, if you can't get it, you can't at any cost. What? Sell your firstborn? I don't know what he's talking about. He's got enough food for 300 years. And then this other prepper guy says, you preppers, if you know someone or someone, one of your subscribers, or even someone comments that they don't have something like, they need a warm blanket, help them out. We should help. That's what we're all about. Well, guess what? I put on that channel, my son and I need a warm blanket. So if anyone can help us, my address is on my, on my channel. I don't even know if it's on there or if they took it down or whatever. I didn't say we lost power. I just said my house is just not warm. Nobody's house is warm unless you got a wood stove. When it gets this cold, yes, I don't have a very goodly's not a word. It's not insulated to the top notch, but it is insulated. But when it gets this cold, or your house is shaking when it's windy, it doesn't matter how, like I said, he didn't buy a big enough furnace, but still in regular winter, it's still warm enough. I mean, my house, since the new furnace, it's always on the more colder side, but it's not where, you need extra blankets. But when it's so windy, you do. So did they send us 2 blankets? Heck no, they just preach. They preach to get more viewers and act like they're so nice. So I wanted to ask that guy about the generator, since he's got enough food for 300 years. Could you get us a generator, the kind you hook up to the furnace? Because my son's disabled and he's got a deadly heart problem. Do you care? And he wouldn't care. That one, I can't even stand him. I'm going to stop talking. I don't know how I got onto preppers and that. But anyhow, these people, People should help people, bottom line. And I'm not only saying that because I'm at the end that I need help. I used to be at the other end. And like I said, my husband and I in my first marriage helped all the time. We helped anonymously so many people, agencies, charities, whatever you name it. And now that I'm on the other end, I am shocked. I'm appalled. The churches don't help. Okay, that's going to be for another video. So anyhow, I hope none of your family or friends were stuck or ended up dead in the snow somewhere, because that's horrible to think you froze to death. And from the fumes, I don't know, do you choke? I assume you'd be choking. Let's not talk about this anyhow. So that's my rant. I'm probably going to put it up. I usually listen to it, and sometimes I think, I'm just going to put it up because, this is the real world, people. So all of you who had wonderful Christmases, take a little time and pray for those people who lost their lives. Yeah, maybe they were foolish. Yes, they were foolish. Or maybe they weren't. Maybe they were just trying to get home from work. Who knows? We don't know, and we'll never know. They're gone. We'll never know the story. I mean, Buffalo's are just a town like where you live. Maybe they were, going home or trying to get a kid to the doctors or hospital. We don't know. These are just regular people, that couldn't get home. Never got home. So for now, don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. Come on, comment. We'd like to see some comments. We got nothing to read here. We're just stuck here. Stuck freezing. It's still freezing. It's cold outside. But anyhow, let us know how you are. Let us know how your holiday. I'm not going to ask anymore. You're not going to tell me. Don't tell me. I don't care. I'm not being mean. I just say whatever. I'm and you me. I'm just going to close my heart right up and just speak my words, not hold my tongue. I don't know. I'm probably not going to do that. But anyhow, don't forget to share. Sharing is caring. Don't forget to pay it forward. It feels good in your heart, Polly's heart, and my heart, and a lot of ands in this video. I hope you had a wonderful holiday, and if you want to comment what you're doing for New Year's, let us know. I do know we do have a bottle of fake champagne. Oh yeah, we have several. We're going to have one at Christmas, one at Christmas Eve, one on my birthday, one on New Year's Eve, and one on Polly's. So we drank none. So we still have 4 of them. Yeah, we got them really cheap. They were marked down. I was surprised. You know what? They're probably old. I didn't look. You can't see the date anyhow. They put black, the imprinted numbers on dark bottles so you can't. It's fake champagne. It's like sparkling. It's like a ginger ale, but it's flavored. I don't know. Who cares? We're going to drink it and we'll maybe vlog it. So anyhow, I'm going to end this because it's way too long. And, someone has a video. I'm not going to tell you because you'll figure out who it is. I can't stand that person. Nobody can. They have these channels about tea. They talk bad about people. I mean, this lady, I don't mind they talk bad. I mean, they shouldn't talk bad. But they attack these old women that live on Social Security. They I can't. Don't get me started. Anyhow, I'm going to end it now. If you made it this far, thanks. If not, oh well. So, thanks to the new people, and thanks to the ones that have been here since the beginning, and the people that have been there that I haven't heard from, I'm not begging you, but can you just say hi so I know you're still alive? I know you have parents and maybe something happened to them. I don't know what's wrong, but, I'm ending it. I keep saying ending it, so let's see if the phone will turn off. Let's see. Bye, everyone. Stay safe.